Hello, Chicago. Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yannishatis, and it's time once again to focus, but we are unfocused today and for the rest of the week, as it is time for that. It's that time of year. It is maybe the best time of year, even though we got snow this week. But besides that, it is March Madness, and that's what we're focusing on today. And I'm joined one final time this week. They let him back for a third day, and that is none other than the It Factor. It Factor, you're on the Hello Hotline. How we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. It's been fun talking to you.
I'm surprised you've answered the phone all 3 days. I'm surprised you've wanted to come back.
Well, that's to show you I really got nothing to do with people.
And I know there's other people that do shows like Big Head Brandon or Bigfoot, and he never wanted you on. So I appreciate the It Factor coming on. But if he ever asked you to come on, you got to tell him no now.
Oh no, I seen his show. That's okay. I'll pass. No, I'm just like
you'll lose brain cells on that show. Speaking of those two,
I would have to take care of I would have to take over the whole show, and I don't want to do that to him. I kind of like Bigfoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of Bigfoot and Big Head, the other one, and Big Mouth. So we do a show. We do the
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I can't.
Oh, geez. Do you?
Smoochie?
Smoothie.
What is it? Smoochie?
Yeah, Smoothie. A guy that's almost gotten me about three battery charges because of his big mouth. But anyway.
I got it. He looks like a face that you want to beat up.
Oh yes, and especially I could tell you a story. We could do a 3-hour show just on him. But so we do a show together called The Crossover, and when we spin the wheel for bets, we're doing March Madness, and our bet this year is the loser because we're going to Vegas in about a month for WrestleMania, and they have at the convention, you get to walk down the entranceway they have there with the theme song of your wrestler. So the other two get to pick the theme song of whoever finishes in last place, and they're going to probably pick some embarrassing girly one for the loser. So, and I always finish last in March Madness when we do these. Like we've had to do pies to the face. I had to do an ice bucket challenge. It's been terrible. So It Factor, I have you on today because I know nothing about college basketball. The brackets aren't really announced yet by the time we're doing this, but I want you to tell me who the best teams are. And I have third pick, so I got to wait for those two, Dumb and Dumber, to make their picks. But tell me all I need to know about college basketball before March Madness tips off tomorrow.
Well, let me tell you this. Definitely, I truly, I'm a Duke fan because I'm a Krzyzewski guy. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, I believe that it's the year of Arizona. I think that they got everything. They got the guard play. They got the forward play. They got the coach. They got everything. They look like they're loaded. You can never count out Duke, but they look like they're loaded. I think Florida's the number one seed, but Florida, I think they're vulnerable. You know what I mean? I think they're very vulnerable. And Michigan, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Michigan, but I think it's going to be Arizona, to be honest with you. If I'm going to go down the line and I would pick the top four, but it never works that way. I would say Arizona, Duke, Michigan, and then I don't see Florida making it to the Final Four whatsoever. I really don't see it. I don't see it at all. They don't, they were last year's champion, but that was a whole different team. You know what I mean? But Arizona, I believe, is the team. And let me just throw this in. You know what I didn't know, and I usually keep track of this? I didn't know that Duke had two bruisers playing for them. Two bruisers.
They got
both. They got the guard and the center, the real good one.
And they're brothers? They're both Carlos?
Brothers.
They're both Carlos Boozer's sons?
No, they're not Carlos. They're both the father's kids, but they almost look alike, man. Yes, their size is different, but the guard, the less known one, he scored like 16 points yesterday, and he was like the star of the game in there. But yeah, I didn't even realize that there's two brothers playing for Duke, and they look almost exactly alike. Yes, when they're standing next to each other, One's much bigger than the other. That's it.
Well, it factor. I'm looking this up right now, and the reason they look so much alike, Cameron and Caden, is because they are twins.
They're twins. Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah, they're freshmen. They're only freshmen. No,
yeah, I think. Which is the big one? What's the big one's name?
The forward's Cameron, and the guard is Caden.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Cameron, I think, will be gone this year. Caden, I think
I wish the Bulls need a big guy, and it sucks that the Bulls aren't going to have because I think he's going to go high in the draft too.
But you know, there's there's not a lot of great players, man, coming out this year. To me, there's not that one player. Oh my God, you know, this guy's good, but man, I don't know. You know, is he going to be a star in the NBA? I don't know, dude. I just don't know. I don't know.
And what?
You know what I mean?
This thing says what standout forward, 2-time Gatorade National Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball, and starred for the U.S. under 17. But what their sons they're freshmen? Or they got to be higher than that if they're going to come out of the draft, right?
No, I think one of them's no, they are freshmen, right? They are freshmen because I remember when Boozer this year played his first game, he had like a few points, and then after that he got comfortable. And that's when he started really playing good. I think they're freshmen, man. I think they're both freshmen. I could be wrong, but I really
they are.
But I think the Cameron's going to be gone this year. They're going to draft him. There's not a lot of players in the draft right now. There's not a lot of guys that you're like, my God, this guy is completely dominant. Because even Cameron is not completely dominant. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
But he's probably one of the best ones right now. You know what I mean? He's not dominant player. I don't think so. You know, I can be wrong. You know, but to me, I be watching Duke a lot, and I see him play, and I mean, I'm not like, oh my God. You know, it doesn't be like I don't jump off my seat when I see him make plays. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, so
we talked about the Bulls a couple days ago, and you talked about Billy Donovan not coming back. But there's a rumor that the Dukes not a rumor, but I think I don't even know if it's a rumor, but their head coach at Duke has Illinois roots. Would you like to, if there was ever a chance, would you think he'd be a good fit for a young Bulls team? The head coach of the Duke.
I don't think so, man.
You don't like that?
Think so. I think if you're a team like the Bulls, I mean, not an old guy, but a guy that got NBA experience, I think would be the best bet for the Bulls. You know what I mean? Because they're a really young team. It'll be the best bet for the Bulls. Because, you know, I mean, because of now we're going to have to deal with the same thing, you know, the growing things with the coach adjusting. Because college and NBA basketball is two different things, man. You know what I mean?
It is.
One thing I and I don't mean to get off the subject, but Lee Holtz one time said that he's a college coach, not an NFL coach. I think he tried that NFL stuff and it didn't work for him. So it's just
look at Nick Saban. Nick Saban tried the NFL and he did terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And you know, it just you need somebody else. You need somebody that's been around and can work with these, because these guys are millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you got to have somebody that they're going to respect. You know, you bring a college coach in there, they're not going to, they're not. I don't know. It's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? But I think they need a guy that's coached in the NBA, not a dinosaur, but somebody that's been there a couple of years at least. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But Donovan has to go. Yeah, that's just my feelings on that. You know, I can't be wrong, but you know, the it factor is hardly never wrong. So, you know, that's just the way it is.
And the it factor will know who his favorite NBA or his favorite college basketball team is when the championship is, I believe, Monday, April the 6th, I believe, is the championship.
Oh, yeah,
so that's when you'll know.
Yeah, I'm multi-sport, man. I pick all my teams like that. You know what I mean? Can I say the teams that I just will never pick? Can I say that?
Yeah.
I will never pick Green Bay, okay?
Yep.
Never cheer for them, even if they win the championship. I'll take the loss. Or, who is that other damn team that I can't stand? Excuse my language, of Chicago. Any like LA teams, I just don't go with LA teams.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, then you're having a rough stretch in baseball then, because the Dodgers don't lose.
Well, you know what? Not for nothing though. I kind of like the Dodgers. I don't know why.
No.
I kind of like them.
Well, I liked you until you said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this dude Freeman. I like
Freddie Freeman's a class act. Yes.
Yeah, and I like their coach.
Yeah,
now, but you know what? But guess what? Let me tell you, I want the Cubs to do it all. You know what I mean?
I know.
And, I mean, that's just the way it is. But I like Freddie Freeman. I like him. I like he's a family man, hasn't been involved in no scandals and things like that. And I just respect people that are like that. That's just why I kind of like them. Do I want him to win a third championship again? No, of course not. But you know what I mean? There's mitigating factors when it comes to that. Just good people, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
People. I like good people.
Well, It Factor, thank you very much for joining me these 3 days. Hope to have you back soon. I don't know how the hell you got my number, but anytime, feel free to call and interrupt me and spread your wisdom.
I will. I had a blast. I love your show, and I'm going to talk to you, man. You do a good job. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're very good at what you do. So keep doing what you're doing, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Me. No problem. That is the It Factor. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, Wednesday, April the 1st, 5 years of Hello Chicago, and we're going to be celebrating by Fan Focus Live. The Cubs and the Angels. We're going to do it. Plus, we're going to show my best moments from the last 5 years. Hello, 5 years. So that is coming up. Folks, don't forget to comment below your thoughts on anything you heard this week. Did you like what the It Factor had to say? Were you a fan? Do you want him back? Comment below. Like the video if you like what you saw. And don't forget to subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel. Every Monday through Thursday, we are focusing on Chicago sports. I'm Randy Anashadas from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.